Oh, as if I'm muted. Yeah. Well, guys, you didn't really want to listen to me anyways, right? Because, you know, now you don't know about all the, you know, wrong things I said and stuff. Okay. God damn, I've been really bad with being muted lately. Like, honestly, it's been really silly. Keeps happening. So, yeah, sorry for that. Was just muted at the start. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I think it's the new setup here. I'm not used to kind of looking at my, soundboard as much, or in this position, I guess. Like, it's weird. It's silly. But what I was saying then is that you guys mustn't have heard me say that also I didn't get into Creature vs. No Regret Game 2. They didn't invite us, so we didn't manage to get into Game 2 of that. So that's actually a little bit of a shame, because now we actually only have the single game to watch. And it was kind of looking cool, that Creature No Regret series. As you are going to be seeing the thing set up. Collector Racks coming down. Engineering bays are dropping in. Again, this is a qualifying match here from Vindicta and JimRising. So the winner of this goes to WCS Winter. One of these players will qualify. JimRising, the caster. One match away. Vindicta's been playing pretty well lately as well, as the Banshee gets taken down up in the sky. One more upgrades, combat shields, pulling back towards the upper left. Meters coming through. And JimRising loves his Mutalisks and setting up into them nice and early here. He's going to be flying in, going to be trying to go in towards the mineral line here on the left-hand side. Going to be seeing a few Zerglings heading up in towards the natural too. JimRising trying to... Oh, I mean, the depot's open over here. JimRising is going to get in. That's so frustrating because the entire army of the Terrans across the map. Oh, man, he's going to lose a lot of SCVs here, actually. That's 6 workers already down and dropping. Man, those Lings getting a lot done. And again, the Bio Army continues to push across. Hellions wolfing into Hellbats here. A couple of Widowmines going to be burrowing up as well. As we are going to be seeing again, the Mutas are going to want to maybe try and fly into this. A few more Banelings on the way up now. And we are just going to be seeing the Hellbats in the front. Going to get picked away at, so a few Hellbats going down. Banes trying to waddle forwards. Vindicta again just trying to hit this timing, and without enough Banes. It felt like that may have been the moment right there, but he actually backed away, so obviously I'm misreading the situation. Anyways, a few more Marines pulling back up towards the upper left-hand side. Again, those few Zerglings just going to be, again, sent up to the top. And going to be seeing the Drilling Claws, 2-2 upgrades all on the way in. I thought as well to help out against those Mutas. I feel like Vindicta gets some good damage with this first push. And he's got 1-1 against 0-0. So JimRising is really reliant on these Mutas to get something done. Let's see a few depots coming down then on the left, as we see the Mutas already picking their way through a refinery here. So refinery is going to drop down. Refinery falls again. Marines stimming in as the Muta's picking up another SCV. Over on the right side, again, Lings into the natural though, and 8 more SCVs down in total. Good defense here though. I feel like the units coming in pretty quickly to defend. There's a couple of Marines coming over. That Zergling gets picked off as well. And we are going to be seeing those Marines and the Medivacs hanging out on the third base. Muta's here also coming along. And they're going to be trying to get some more damage done. I mean, JimRising has been very good with these so far. So I see a refinery finishing up. Mutas want to dive in, and it just doesn't quite get the SCV. 4 going to come over and will get a nice splash off, but again, the refinery already falling down. And now some Banes are going to roll free, but there is Widowmines with Drilling Claws already set up. Only gets one of the Banes because it was leading ahead of the rest. There's a little bit of a warning though, but still didn't pull all of the SCVs, and another 9 SCVs go down. Mutas just took some damage to Widow Mines over there, and he just lost so many of his Mutas from the 4-shot as well. Oh my god, I can't believe he missed it with the Bane run by going on. JimRising just lost about 8 Mutas all at once to some Widow Mines in a 4. That's a big connection. Alright, we are going to be seeing the Widow Mine burrowing up. The Marines able to pick that Mutalisk off. And we are going to have the Mutas of JimRising continuing up to the top side. Sun's Tower on the way up and is going to be in a little bits of trouble. I mean, that Widow Mine there gets a shot off on the Mutas again. The rest of them, if they had gone off, that would have been a dead set of Mutas. Vindicta is honestly looking pretty good at the minute. We're going to be seeing probably those Widow Mines on burrowing. And, yeah, I guess going to get ready to go across the map, maybe. And you've seen a few Widow Mines just going to burrow on this brand new base. Oh my god. If the Mutas fly over there, that's going to be deadly. And they are heading up the right-hand side. Oh, JimRising has to be so careful about this. Like, if he flies in to attack this CC, oh my god. Oh my god, he's going to come behind it at the minute. SCV is going to run away. JimRising not going to fall for that bait, as we see an army pushing down through the center. The Banes are ready to run in here, and the Mines are obviously all across the map trying to catch Mutas off guard. Will burrow in time, gets a good few Banes to begin with. Still some Widow Mines over here. Those SCVs still AFK. Going to come back in. Mutas coming back through again. And those SCVs will pull away. Oh no, the Widow Mines again! Blowing up a bunch of the Mutalisks, not quite all of them because it hit the right side, but still a good little clump going down. And again, JimRising's unable to get damage done as the Mutas just keep on taking such huge hits. That's pretty crazy. Medivac's going to go to the bottom left corner as the Mutas of JimRising pulling back as well. All the way down to the bottom side. So Mutas maybe just going to have to completely reposition here now as they figure out what direction to take this in next. We do see the little bit of bio here, picking off a couple of Zerglings already. Pressing forwards, Widow Mines get burrowed up. Bane still rolling down across the map. Lings coming up there. Lings and Mutas up the left side. On the far right, a few Banes actually going up on just a couple of Marines already. And, well, Ling is running by in towards the natural, but Widow Mines doing a good job of cleaning up the most of it. There's a bunker and a couple of Widow Mines over here. He's so well set up against these run-bys and these counterattacks of the Zerg. However, JimRising is getting enough time to go up into Ultras. I feel like if this was any other map than Parasite, JimRising would be dead from a push by now. But because it's Parasite, it's such a large map, it's so difficult to push on. It's really been... You know, Vindicta, I feel like, hasn't been able to take advantage of his... position. Bane's rolling again, getting a good little connection before the split away comes through. More Banes coming along. And again, just keeping this Terran army at bay for a little while. All these 4s mixed in as well. Marines just coming back. Tell you what, though, there's a lot of Banes going off on like 4s and stuff, which isn't exactly effective or efficient. Tons of units coming in back at home. Widow Mines are going to burrow. Looks as though he wants to kind of regroup a little bit. Get his reinforcements together here. 112 army supply apiece. JimRising maxed out. Has spent his entire bank with Ultras about to come out. Might be the turning point of this game as we see a couple of Widow Mines starting to go down. Ling's hunting ahead of the rest of the army. Big Ling counterattack on the left side. Widow Mines again get some good initial damage, but then they will be done with. And the Zerglings obviously hitting that bunker hard. And a little bit of bio didn't actually sim far enough over here to actually help out. As Vindicta obviously focusing on trying to push down this hatchery. Not full just yet though. A few Banelings continuing to buy time. Vindicta is able to run over to the left and clean up that attack now. As we're going to be seeing the Ultras, well, they're starting with 4s. There's no kindness playing just yet, though. There's Ultras derped around heavily. They ran to the left, to the right a whole bunch of times. The thing is, Vindicta doesn't really have much left to stop the Ultras at all. And these Marines are on their own. There's not even, Medivacs to support them. Mutas even are chasing down these Marines right here. A couple of Liberators coming out. With the Mutas still in the sky, it's going to be difficult. Widow Mine deals up a couple of Lings already. The Banes then deal with the Widow Mines. And these Ultras and the Mutas coming back down at the right. More Zerglings of JimRising going to be moving around the map as well. A couple more Liberators coming out here. 3 more Marauders in production. I'm just going to be seeing again this Widow Mine on cooldown to the right-hand side. Anabolic Synthesis on the way up for those Ultras. Going to give them a little bit of extra speed on creeps. They'll run a little faster now. Vindicta takes the forward 5th base now as well. So getting that 5th base up and running. There's again a big army to the left. Lings and Ultras ready to start charging forwards here. Widow Mines getting burrowed up. Couple of Widow Mines going off already. And again, these Ultras are going to keep on pressing in. There's just no proper response to these Ultras, and that's the issue. I mean, there's like 1 or 2 Liberators, and that's just nowhere near enough as these SCVs go down as well. Again, I feel like Vindicta played a great mid-game, but Parasite is a map where you have to commit hard into your late-game tech option as a Terran. Because if you try and play to the late game against Zerg, it's just so difficult to get there even. I mean, like their Zerg is almost always going to get there, no matter your advantage, because it's so difficult to kill them on Parasite. And that's kind of what we saw happening here as these Ultras, well, they're going to commit for this Planetary Fortress. I mean, Mutas overhead are killing Marauders, which are the only units out at the moment, apparently. And that's going to be GG. JimRising will pick up game 1 in this qualifying match. Sorry, guys. Game number 2. As we have to the top left-hand side of Port Alexander, our red Zerg is going to be JimRising. Chilling out here in the top left-hand side of, again, Port Alexander. And he's up against the blue Terran bottom right, Vindicta. Again, I feel like Vindicta got into a good position. Let's see if he can do that again and reciprocate the advantage that he had and maybe run with it a bit better this time. Creature 2-0, no regret, by the way. He plays against Demi. Meanwhile, BioIce and Pili Pili actually already got started. So actually after this, we're already talking about maybe actually only having like 1 more series available. And as we'll go into some qualifying matches more or less. Huh. How about that? How interesting. So, yeah, Cuddlebear and Micah got started already. Demi against Creature getting started as well. Alright, well, again, we'll keep you guys up to date with the entire bracket as we go through. ZvT coming in towards the upper left-hand side. Vindicta going to be having a little bit of a look to see what's going on as we see the SCV in towards the main base. Hatch Gas and Pool getting going here in the early stages. So Jon Snow in the chat waiting for his opponent right now. Very likely we end up in Jon Snow's qualifying match in just a little while, guys. Again, if this series wraps up in time and so on. Actually probably only going to have, again, like 1 more best of 3 or so to cast. So, obviously depends kind of on the length of things, but we'll probably live for another hour and a half here or so today. So, again, if you guys are enjoying the stream, well, stay tuned. And I'm back tomorrow as well with WCS European server qualifiers. It's even more awesome, which is fantastic, of course. Going to be seeing this Reaper is in and out a little bit, fighting those Lings, and Drone taking some damage as well. Queen pushing that Reaper back now into the center as an overload from JimRising comes around the bottom of the map as well. Vindicta just with this Reaper going to be hopping down, hopping around, seeing what's up. There we have the spawn pool coming in with the Ling speed as well, so that's going to be finishing shortly as well. And the game, TVZ, nothing too... There never is anything too crazy, is it? There never is anything all too crazy. Do you see this Reaper coming around from Vindicta, going to be heading up the left side? Grenade pops down. And again, that Queen just getting blasted back a little bit. What's up, Cash Mineral coming in with the 1 bit, says beep. Thanks for the beepy bit. Thank you so much. comes in, third hatchery. On the way up, a single Zergling around the right side from JimRising, Run around the bottom as well. And we've seen the supply depot dropping down, and again, just a couple of Lings running around a little bit. Hellions coming over and pushing that Zergling back out into the center. And the lair on the way up in the main base. So JimRising getting the lair up in the main base. And again, just going to be seeing the couple of Hellions continue to come on out now. Big nest and lair coming up. Conquest Shells was going to complete here. So there's going to be a Hellbat push with the Marauder involved. Now the Marauders, the idea is you're going to slow down the Queen with those Marauders. And you're going to stop the Queens from kiting away like they're usually able to. So it's a real opportunity for Vindicta to get some good damage done. And to shut this down. Obviously if you slow down the Queens, they can't kite away. The Hellbats will get a lot more damage than usual. So it's all, you know, it's a lot of positives as we're going to be seeing those Queens dropping down those creep tumors here and pushing those out onto the map. And there goes those couple of Hellions. Now coming all the way to the left side. Well, you see a bunch of this creep spread in the center starting to spread forwards. All these Hellions gathering up, and again, I mean, they're going to see a pretty empty third base, so is that the plan? Just give up the third base almost? And we see the medevac with the two Marauders inside going around the top. Hellions still thinking about what they want to do. I mean, the Queens are here. Even if you just trade out with the Queens, I feel like it's okay for you as the Terran player. Because if you trade out with the Queens, you really stop them from, you know, creep spreading and all the rest later on. As it stands right now, I mean, he wants to try and dive in, but there's no real hope. He scans the main base, sees the lair, Spires on the way up in the natural expansion, so Mutas are here soon. In the end, Vindicta just going to keep his units alive. He is going to go mech. 2 more factories on the way down, so going to play in towards a bit of a mech style here. And will instantly start up a 4, so he is very aware of how JimRising likes to play, apparently. So going into the first 4 and probably going into more 4s beyond this as well. The medevac got taken down. I mean, just really being a bit too greedy, hanging out over here. No reason for it to be hanging around the main. 2 Marauders are never actually going to deal damage, so that's just a little bit, again, just greed straight up and nothing else. Clean's picking up a creep tumor here. Reaper just hanging out. Hellions, though, coming overhead, and they're going to be seeing the Hellions pushed back by those Mutalisks, so Mutas coming through. Again, the little Reaper on the bottom side was just watching for a 4th base. Well, first 4 is out. There is a Viking as well. I mean, it's not a ton of anti-air, though. 2 more 4s on the way up. And Vindicta just lost all of his Hellions. That's so costly. Well, that costs so many. That's so many Hellions that are actually very useful in the fights as well. SCV is going down with Lings on the 3rd base. Because, I mean, as you know, Hellions in the fight, they can really do well against... They keep the 4s safe, so the 4s can focus on the Mutas while the Lings and stuff run in. So, it's a bit of a shame there. As I see the 4s, and obviously able to push the Mutas away a little bit. Interested to see what JimRising's plans going to be, as he has +1 flyer attack and Bane speed on the way up. And Bane's running forward. He's going to get a bit of surround here and will actually pick off a Hellbat. The 4 going down pretty quick as well. It's actually shutting this down pretty nicely so far, as Vikings dealing some good damage on the Mutas, I guess, but I mean, the 4's going down and Vindicta is just going to be kept away from his true real setup into anti-air. I mean, not too many more SCVs lost, but he's being kept away from a 3rd base. And again, JimRising's only on 50 workers, so it's not like his own 3rd base is fully saturated or anything, and mining, you know, really well so far. More Mutalisks popping out here as JimRising going to be coming around to the top side of the map. So JimRising coming around to the top side here, and it is going to be with more Mutas again. I mean, he's already picked off so many of these 4s and so on, but there's 2 more already waiting to go. There's another that just popped out, maybe? Nope. Actually making a siege tank, maybe a bit afraid of a roach follow-up. Mutas gather up, just going to go for a refinery here. I mean, you deny the gases, and you're going to be able to really slow down the mech play. There's 1 refinery down, the other taking quite a bit of damage. The Mutas here are going to be shot at by the Vikings. Immediately replaces the refineries, but again, it's a good little bit of gas denied. It's about 200 gas that's going to be stopped right there. Thanks so much, Darius, for the 1 boopy bit coming through. Appreciate it, dude. Red drone dropping down in the main base. Again, a few SCVs have gone down. And a couple more fours continue to come out as well. So continue to set up into a couple more fours here now. And Mutas again flying around over to the right hand side, ready to drop down in towards the natural expansion. There you go. Mutas just going to jump on the Vikings. Gets one, gets two nice and quickly. And it's straight back on these refineries, man. I mean, how frustrating. They just got rebuilt. Pulls away. The Vikings are chasing. Could maybe get in there with the Mutas once again if he wanted to. Again, Roaches now on the way up, though. And obviously, I think at this stage, JimRising, if he just spams a ton of Roaches out, well, he actually spams up 9 more workers. But I think if he does start to build like Roaches and Roaches and Roaches, he can get so much done in this because, I mean, Vindicta doesn't have a lot set up because those Mutas have done a lot in terms of slowing him down. 2.6k to 4.8k resources lost. Vindicta's in a lot of trouble, really. I was going to see a couple of Hellions just going to get picked off instantly as they run too far forwards. No real reason for them even to be moving forwards there. Lings and Bane setting up. He really wants to run in, man. Maybe he could go into the main base with the Mutas, pull some mutants back, then hit the third. Always could do a little bit of something. It looks as though that is going to be the plan. I mean, it does just pull those units out of position because something has to respond to this, right? Because, believe it or not, the missile turret alone will not get the job done. Looks like the fours lift up into medevacs to come over here. You just have to be sure not to be clumped up at the wrong time. Going for the armories now, and again, here we go. Lings and Bane starting to lead forwards. I mean, first couple of tanks firing away. Not all the Ling Bane, though, just a little bit of it. Doesn't do too much. Maybe if the rest of it had come in, there would have been some more opportunity, but Vindicta not going to have to deal with it just yet. Hydra is now on the way out as well, so the Roaches never really came in full throttle force, but going into the Hydras instead. I'm just going to end up playing Ling Bane Hydra after these Mutas. Mutas just chilling out in the bottom right corner still. And obviously, as soon as he thinks there's no 4 left here, or there's 1 4 left, I mean, 1 4 is not actually enough to deny this amount of Mutalisks. Doesn't even get that much damage done for the Vikings to take advantage of. He's going to go chasing those Vikings down. Another 4 coming in. That's when the Mutas will turn away. And JimRising is getting closer and closer to qualifying for WCS Winter. Going to be seeing this armory continue to take some more damage. Just goes down there. Vikings continue to pull away into the corner. We see this medevac boosting. And again, Vikings dealing a good couple of shots. 1 Muta going down. Four's dealing a lot of damage at the moment, so able to get a lot done as we see a lot of those Mutas continuing to drop. Wow, all of the Mutas going down. JimRising doesn't care. He's building a massive bank of Hydras. Lings, Banes, Hydras ready to run in. I mean, 18 SCVs down in recent times as well, and we're just watching the death of Vindicta, I swear, because, I mean, he leaves up SCVs to try and save them. That's how much trouble he's in. JimRising will just target down in orbital. Does he want to keep fighting here? Perhaps not, but, I mean, really, he can pick off a few more tanks and so on before he leaves, I think. I just don't have muscular augments, actually, so it makes retreating look a bit awkward. You're seeing again a couple more shots going down. Magfield Accelerator gets started. A couple more siege tanks are building up. 4 Vipers on the way out from JimRising here. A few Banelings coming down in the natural expansion. And JimRising into the middle of the map. It's going to be seeing the Hydras coming up towards the top side. And again, the 4s and so on coming across. Again, a couple of Hellions shooting down a few of the Zerglings. A lot of Hydras in the center of the map. Again, JimRising just has so much here. And the thing is, it's mass 4, which is kind of good against the Mutas, but it's really bad now that it's actually against Hydras. 4's just, I mean, high damage, high damage high single target damage. It's just not what usually you want splash damage against Hydras, so not looking pretty at the moment. On top, going to be seeing a 4 coming over, and is going to be able to start hitting this hatchery. I mean, JimRising going to send a lot of units over to deal with that. So across he goes. He picked off the other 4 drop already. As well, Vindicta's allowed to get back in the game. I mean, like, back in, I say, but I mean, realistically, we're just seeing the commitment in towards the Greatest Spire here. So the Broodlord's on the way up. Go a little bit of an attack through on the bottom side. Has blinding clouds. He can just drop on the front here. And that's going to make it very difficult for any of these units trying to push down the ramp. I mean, what an awful position to be in, actually. Some abducts on the fours as well, and all of this is going to be dropping down. Another tank Vindicta GG's. And JimRising will take the series 2-0 to qualify for WCS Winter. GG is well played. JimRising takes it down.